My father would have loved Tommy's honour. He was a very keen golfer, an interest I'm afraid I didn't inherit from him. So this story of two of the pioneers of the sport would have held plenty of interest, as I'm certain it will for any one of the thousands and thousands of people who play the game. In the 1860s at St Andrews in Scotland, old Tom Morris, Peter Mullen, known by everyone as the father of the game, although he didn't actually invent it, was working as a caddy for the gentleman who owned and ran the golf club. Men like the overbearing Alexander Boothby, played by Sam Neill. When not carrying clubs for his betters, because there were no golf bags then and no tees from which to putt, old Tom manufactured clubs and balls out of wood, and was also called on to design new golf courses. His son, young Tom, Jack Loudon, was a chip off the old block, as devoted to the game as his father, but unwilling to accept the restrictions imposed on him by the club's snooty members.
I want to discuss the stakes for the match tomorrow.
You have your role, and we reward you for it.
If you want me to play in the match, then the money comes to me before we begin. All of it.
That'd be ridiculous.
It's time for a new arrangement, so.
Father and son would play together. Bets would be made, and the Morrises would be paid according to the whims of the club members. For 3 consecutive years, 1868 to 1870, young Tom won the Open Championship. He was only 17 when he won the first one, and no one since has achieved this honour at such a young age. While his father didn't always agree with the way his son stood up to men like Boothby, they did enjoy a close relationship until young Tom falls in love with Meg Ophelia Lovibond, a somewhat older woman with a scandal lurking in her past.
What happened to you?
Golf's a lot rougher than you think.
I don't think about golf at all.
You think about me?
Listen to Mr. Champion of Scotland.
Oh, no, just a greenkeeper's son stands before you.
Well, you're standing in my way.
So what time do you finish your work?
How old are you, Tommy Morris?
How old do you think I am?
I'm 28 years old. Best find yourself a schoolgirl.
This defiance of his parents' wishes, because his mother, Nancy Therese Bradley, is even angrier than her husband about her son's relationship, is one of the dramatic high points in a film that's generally a bit low in adrenaline. The numerous golfing scenes will be more fascinating for practitioners than they will for the uninitiated, and without revealing some dramatic events that come late in the film, there's not a great deal more to be said about the narrative. It's a familiar theme. A son is overshadowed by his father and tries to make his own way in the world. No doubt it's a theme that would be very familiar to the film's director, Jason Connery, the son of Sean Connery and Diane Salento. Connery is mainly known as an actor, though he's directed a small handful of apparently insignificant films, none of which I've seen. Peter Mullen is always an actor worth watching, even if it's sometimes a bit difficult to comprehend what he's saying, thanks to that thick Scots accent. Jack Loudon is a relative newcomer, and he's very impressive. The talents of these two actors alone justify this enjoyable trip into golf's Hall of Fame. And I'm giving it 3 stars.